Well, good morning, my sunshiny friends. How are we today? It is Sunday morning, July 27th, Saturday morning, sorry, Saturday, July 27th. And let's just sit back and have some coffee together, okay? So, 5 months, friends. It kind of seems like I started yesterday, but it also kind of seems like it's been a lifetime, which is weird to say because I'm going to try to do this without crying. Today is July 27th, and 32 years ago today, we lost a very special, close, basically family to us. My brother's best friend was killed in a car accident July 27th, just weeks after they graduated high school. And today always is an emotional day. So I'm emotional for more than one reason. But it's strange that without any planning at all, I started that by saying how it seems like I've been on this journey not really on this journey for a lifetime, but this has been the normal for more than 5 months. It definitely seems like longer. I'm not saying that like, oh my God, it seems like forever and I still haven't lost all the weight. No, it's starting to feel like second nature, which is really what you want, right? It's what I want anyway. So yeah, let's discuss the last 5 months. So hello, everybody. My name is Cheryl. This is my channel, Sunshine's Storyline. And if you are new here, I have been on a roller coaster of a ride on Zepbound for the past 5 months. It is 5 months today that I took my first injection. If you are not quite familiar with Zepbound, or you're looking or considering some type of weight loss medication, I am currently taking Zepbound. So that is the name brand from Lilly. So Lilly, formerly Eli Lilly. Lilly is the drug company that manufactures Zepbound. Zepbound is Tirzepatide. Tirzepatide is the medication that I take once a week. It is a pen. I open the pen. I put the pen on my skin, not in your arm, and click this button, and you'll hear a click, and the medication goes directly into your system. You inject it into the back of your arm, not my favorite place, your stomach or your thigh. I started February 27th, so 5 months ago, on 2.5 milligrams, which is this box here. And after 2 months, maybe 2.5 months, I went to 5 milligrams. I actually stopped the medication on July 7th. I took my last shot. I took a 2-week break. I went on vacation July 13th, returned last Saturday, July 20th. When I returned, I took a 5 milligram shot again. So I checked in with everybody, and I did let everybody know that I had gained nearly 5 pounds during vacation. Wasn't very upset about it. I expected to gain. I didn't expect to gain 5 pounds. It was like 4.6. But I had an appointment with my doctor on Tuesday. It was my physical that was scheduled. And by examining me and, having a conversation with her, she determined what I assumed and what many of you had said, that it was mostly water weight. I was extremely swollen, and I don't know if it was just a combination of the overactivity, the long car ride home. It was about 4 hours, the humidity, not really sure, but I had a lot of water retention for some reason. Like I've really never experienced before. I've made this trip many times, and actually I'm making this trip next Saturday again. So that concerns me a little bit, but I'm gonna do everything I can to prevent that from happening. So yeah, so last week I had gained, um, mostly the water weight, and I am happy to say that I have lost all of that and then some. So in total, I have lost, this week alone, and actually I got home and took that medication. I didn't take the medication until about 10:30 at night, but I decided still to take it on the Saturday instead of the Sunday because I tend to get busy and then I forget, and then I just wanted to make sure it was back in my system, which I had told you multiple times. It definitely stayed in my system for the 2 weeks that I was away. There was different points that I felt the medication still doing its job. So if someone had made a comment recently that said, why are people saying that the medication stays in your system for 30 days? Well, first and foremost, doctors continue to say it. My doctor said it to me on Tuesday. Lily has said that the medication will stay in your system, and I did not take a shot for 2 full weeks, and I will tell you that I still had appetite suppression. When I got to a certain point, I had to stop. I never finished a meal on vacation, and I was still only eating 2 meals a day. I had my protein coffee in the morning, which is what I'm drinking now. Protein usually up to about here, splash of Coffee Mate, and then my coffee. So that was what I still did every day on vacation, except for one day I had a little bit of French toast and sausage. Could barely eat. I didn't finish close to half of one piece of toast and one sausage patty. And the alcohol was still, if I had a drink of alcohol, you could feel the effects. Not that I felt like buzzed, drunk, anything like that. Just that it sits in your stomach. It just makes you feel blah, sluggish, really uncomfortable. And that has all been since I started this medication in February. So 150%, I can assure you the medication is still in your system, whether you think it will be or not. Sorry, I am trying to get my protein in because my son is on his way and I will have to cut this short quickly. So I did make some notes, and I have been, so just because some of you are probably only here to see, how I have done. So to date, up till today, July 27th, starting February 27th, I am down 35.6 pounds. So close to 36 pounds. And that is with my, 2 to 3 weeks of kind of playing with things where I stopped the medication, I went on vacation, I did whatever, I gained it back. And I'm not sad about that. Yeah, there's other people on their journey who have lost 45, 55 pounds at this point, but I'm fine. I'm not yet seeing, other than my arms, I think we all know for whatever reason, the arms are always like, the things that get really the loosest. I'm not finding a lot of loose skin yet. I'm doing everything that I can to prevent that from happening. I'm attempting to begin, I have little 5-pound weight, so I'm going to start that soon. So that is my goal right now, is to begin, a little bit of weight training. I know it's not a lot, but a little tiny bit. I haven't done a heck of a lot of additional exercise recently because the fibromyalgia has just been kicking my butt. And if you have any interest, go back and look at my doctor's appointment video I did a few days ago where her and I discussed that a little bit, and I wasn't really feeling what she was saying. So sometimes, with fibromyalgia, you just have to kind of wait it out. And because I also have CKD, chronic kidney disease, the Aleve and the ibuprofen and stuff that I would normally just stop taking to alleviate some of the swelling and pain that is associated with the fibromyalgia is really not good for my kidneys. So it's been a struggle lately because I'm really trying to not take the NSAIDs. And that's one thing for fibromyalgia that is often, told to take, not prescribed so much, but prescribed. So yeah, that was kind of my recap of like how I started, what's going on. So one thing that I am seeing lately is, and again, this might be fibro based, that I'm not, it could be summer. I've been really busy. You know, I had packing for vacation. I had vacation. And then this week was just go, 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 go. I didn't have a day that I wasn't like busy the entire day. Um, I'm exhausted. So I don't know if that was like yesterday, it was like a wall. It just hit me. So Monday I drove to Connecticut and babysat the baby all day, and amazing. I couldn't be more in love, couldn't be happier to spend my time with this little nugget of love. But I forgot how exhausting like a newborn is. You know what I mean? Like my middle son had said to me, like, what do you do all day? Aren't you bored? Like, he just sits there. And I was like, I wasn't bored for a minute. When my daughter-in-law was done with work, I was like, oh my God, it's time already. Like the day just goes by so quick because they're needy all day, right? I mean, he's 3 months old, so he can't do anything for himself. So, you know, I'm on the floor playing with him. We're trying to roll over. He's talking. He's like doing all the things. And then he's hungry, and then he's ready for his nap. And then you do the whole thing again. So, yeah, but that made the day go by super fast. And then Tuesday, my other son and I drove back and forth to New Hampshire to buy a new truck that he had been looking at. So that was like an all day thing. So I was in the car again for that. And then that was after my doctor's appointment in the morning. Wednesday, I don't even remember anymore. What did we even have going on Wednesday? Because it was just nonstop this week. Oh, my son had a doctor's appointment. I was working around the house. I have some clients that I'm doing some travel stuff for. So I was doing that. And then a client had come over. And then Thursday, I was back to Connecticut. You guys saw the terrible rainstorm that we came home to. And then yesterday, I worked from 7 to 12 at my new job because there's just so much that has to be done there. So I got home at 12 o'clock. I made lunch for my other little guy, and then I ran to the store, got some stuff to make for dinner and some other things that I needed for the new job. And then at like 3:30, I was like, oh my God, it was like a wall. Like I just ran into it. I was beat. And I had to go lay down. And I was like, wow, that hasn't happened in a long time. And I fell asleep for maybe 10 minutes. And then my son came in. My youngest was, I think he was concerned. He was like, Mom, are you okay? I thought I heard you come upstairs. And I was like, yeah, I'm fine. He's like, well, do you want me to wake you up in a little while? And I was like, Dad will be home at like 4:30. I'm sure he'll come upstairs to change. I'll wake up. And then after that, I couldn't fall back to sleep. But that like few minutes was helpful. So I got up, did some more work downstairs, made dinner, did all the things. And then I was up until like 11:30 last night, which is a problem. But I am trying really hard to get as much sleep as possible because that is super, super important with the fibromyalgia, with the CKD, and with this medication, because sometimes this medication just hits you. And I don't necessarily think that every week is the same. I think that things are different all the time, and we just have to kind of accept and go with that. So yeah, every day is just a little bit different. And now the interesting thing I will say with this week, and this was kind of what I was hoping for. If you saw some of my other videos when I was talking about stopping the medication, and I had so much love and support from so many of you, thank you. And some people were really concerned about it, and rightfully so. My hope and my goal was to kind of trick my body into like a little bit of a reset. And I do feel like I accomplished that. Now, I am not a doctor. I am not telling any of you to do this. I'm just giving you my experience and what happened with me. And I do really feel like I was able to stop it and begin it again at enough time where I didn't have to start over. And I think I was able to kind of trick my body a little bit into like a jump start, almost like you jump start your car, because the the hunger suppression has been real. It's back. It's been awesome. And the strange thing is, so I took the shot on Saturday, Saturday night, I was still kind of hungry. I ate at the racetrack. What did I eat? Oh, I had some sausage. I had like a sausage sandwich and I like didn't eat most of the bread. But I was still hungry like later on. And then um Sunday we went to my mom's. I probably didn't eat a lot during the day because Sundays, like I'm usually all over the place. I'm busy. I'm doing groceries. I'm doing laundry. I'm doing this. And then we eat at my mom's. Um, and then Monday, I think I ate. Oh, I brought food to my son's house. I brought leftovers and I ate a little bit. So maybe I wasn't really super hungry at the beginning of the week. But yesterday I had to force myself to eat. I made one of the cottage cheese bowls. I'll put that in a video at some point. And I really had to force myself to eat yesterday because I just wasn't hungry. And yesterday was Friday. Today's shot day. So I found that very interesting. And that's back at the 5 milligrams. So, and I had mentioned that if you like go back some videos, if you haven't seen all of the videos, there is a playlist, a Zepbound playlist down below. My hunger suppression seems to get stronger at the end of the week, which is very, very strange to me. I know it sounds like I've got to be making this up. That can't be right. I'm telling you, my hunger suppression is stronger towards the end of the week when I'm coming back to shot day. The food noise is definitely less than it was 5 months ago, but the food noise portion of it is getting lesser. Like I feel like I could do 5 milligrams for the hunger suppression, but maybe like I need 10 milligrams for the food noise. So anyone who is new here that doesn't know what the heck we're talking about, food noise is something I had never heard of. Many of us had never heard of until we began this journey. And food noise is that little voice in your head that is kind of going through the pantry with you as you're watching TV or working on your computer. Like, am I hungry? What's in the cupboard? I know that there's some cake left over from the birthday last night. Do I have ice cream in there? And, you know, you're kind of fighting with that, like, little voice in your head all the time that's always telling you that, like, you know that there's something somewhere. I really could eat this. I really want this. And until I'm going to be 52 years old in a few weeks, until I started this medication and that stopped the second day of this medication, and I was like, something's different in my brain, and then started watching videos and then started making these videos. I had never heard that expression before, food noise or food chatter. I didn't know what the heck that was. And it's real. Let me assure you, it is real. And this particular medication really does help with the food noise because this medication triggers one of the brain receptors to kind of help us with that. And something that my doctor and I did talk about was the fact that this would be long-term. So she did say to me in conversation that this would be something that I would have to stay on for the rest of my life. And I'm okay with that. But it was interesting to hear it kind of come out of her mouth. Like a lot of us have said it and kind of felt this way because we know that this is a struggle that we've had our entire lives. And my doctor is like 100 pounds. She's this big. She's tall. She's, you know, long, flowy hair, and very empathetic to the obesity problem and to me. Like I don't feel judgment by her or anything like that. And she did say that this would be something, and I brought a lot of concerns up about insurance and stuff like that. And she was like, let's not what we're going to talk about right now. We're not worrying about that. She's convinced that she will be able to help facilitate all of that. I did bring up concerns about Michigan, Blue Cross, and she tried to ease my mind with a lot of that. So I will say that she did make me feel better about the long-term portion and the insurance portion and all of those things. Like everything, this is just going to be a kind of wait and see thing. We don't know what's going to happen with the medication. We don't know what's going to happen with the shortages. We don't know what's going to happen with Blue Cross. We don't know what's going to happen with prior authorization, if they're going to change, you know, the BMI standards and all of these things. But I can only control today. And I can only control what's going in my mouth right now. And that's what I'm fixating on and putting all of my energy into currently. So that was something that we had discussed. And I don't know if I mentioned it, I may have in my last video. Something that my doctor did say is that she does not care about how much I weigh. She doesn't care about my weight. She doesn't care about the number on the scale. She actually didn't even know what that was. Obviously you get weighed. They weigh in kilograms at my office. The girl converted it. And my doctor didn't even know what it was. She just knew that my BMI had gone from 42 to 35 point something. So she said she would like to see me at a 30. After that, we'll, worry about if there's going to be less than that later. But her goal for me right now is to be at a BMI of 30, which puts you right there at overweight to obese. So that's her goal right now. And that's kind of what I'm going with. I have to be losing weight in order to do that. So I'm still tracking that, but I've said this to everyone before. I don't have a goal. I think my goal weight for my size, I want to say it's like between 119 and 123 pounds or something crazy. I'm 52 years old. I can't fathom. I've never been that weight in my life. I mean, maybe in whatever grade, I don't recall. But I don't remember ever seeing it. And I don't remember having a scale really as a kid. I think the first scale that we had in our house, I bought probably like in my early 20s when I started my first diet. But I don't remember having a scale as a kid. It was probably just once a year when we went to a physical. And I don't even remember what those numbers were. I think the first time that I really remember like getting on a scale and being like, oh my God, I'm fat, was like I was probably already in the 150s or like maybe high 150s or high. Like I honestly don't remember, but I'm quite sure I've never seen a scale that I've looked at because I was dieting that was in that normal range. I don't think I've ever been in a normal range or in a healthy range in my life that I can recall, to be honest with you. So that is not my goal. My goal is health. Kidneys are number one, health, fitness, being able to move, really. So I did go to work yesterday and I was there, like I said, for 5 hours and having to, I don't know our computer system. I don't know any of that stuff yet, but it was extremely overwhelming being in someone else's space. And this was a woman I've known since my kids went to school there. So she's a fantastic woman. She retired, has the same name as I, so that's a little weird. And now being in her space was strange. So we started going through stuff, getting rid of some stuff that, really was old and redundant. And I started to realize after a couple of hours that this is going to be a big transition where when I was with students, I didn't really have a desk. The last teacher I worked with, she was fantastic. She gave me like an area that was mine. But in reality, our job was being with the kids, walking around, making sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, seeing who needs help, checking on them. So I was always kind of around the classroom or in and out of classrooms or taking students to other classrooms. So I was walking all the time. This is a desk job. So this is going to be interesting. So I think, I don't know if any of you, if I told you guys this before, but after one of my surgeries, I got one of the little desk stationary bikes. So I think I'm going to grab that from the basement and see if it'll work at my desk. I haven't had a lot of success with it at home because like the chairs and stuff don't match up. And my physical therapist had said that. Like in reality, it's a great idea, but they're not really conducive for like sitting because it has to be like the perfect person in the perfect chair because they don't switch, like they don't go up or down. There's no changing them. So I am going to try because the desk is kind of higher where I might be able to do it, but I think I'm going to try that Tuesday when I go in next week. I think I'm going to take that and see if there's any way that I could use that because that's going to be tricky because it is a desk job. You know, if people are coming in and out of the building, I have to get up, sign them in, buzz them in, stuff like that. But for the most part, I need to be at my desk because everything I'm doing is computer based and it has to be done each and every day and submitted to central office. So that's going to be interesting to say the least. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to really kill myself over it. It kind of, you know. One thing I wanted to ask you guys is, does anybody have any suggestions for like snacks? Like, not, I know I had asked this on another either video or on the community page or something. But I'm looking for like, you know, that nighttime after dinner, like you have chips or something like that. I'm looking for like a crunchy, salty thing. I've been kind of craving salty things. So last night, like I was really wanting something and I had some garlic Parmesan, pretzel thins that were in the closet. So I had like 5 of those. I think it's a serving is 10. It was like 110 calories. And I had 5 and then I was like, that was good. But I've really been wanting something. I don't know, like I've tried the Quest chips. I've tried the Quest, they're like Cheez-Its. They're okay the first few bites, but then after like a couple of them, you're like, okay, these are like, after like a few, you start to realize I'm just putting like protein powder in a different form in my mouth. The first couple are okay, but after that, you really start to realize that that's really all it is. And then you're kind of like, occasionally I'll grab little mini dill pickles. But definitely sometimes looking for that like crunchy, salty, just something that you want from the pantry, not necessarily something I want to go make. So I don't know if anybody has anything like that, that it doesn't necessarily have to be protein based. I'm just looking for something that's not going to like break the calorie bank, so to say, if you know what I mean. So yeah, if you have any suggestions, leave them down below. I also will link below. You all know that I have a group on the Blue Face, and I will link that down below. I really, really, really want to start getting this group more active, and I really, really would like some recipes. So I will try to put a recipe up. So I'm going to try to do like maybe 1 recipe a week. And I would love it if there would be maybe somebody else who would like to volunteer to also do that. Also, I am looking for an administrator in that page, and I will post it in there as well. So if anybody is interested in helping me admin that page, because I just, especially these next few weeks where I have to be training at work and going in, and I wasn't really expecting that. And then I'm going back and forth with the baby. Next Saturday, we're going back on vacation, and then the end of the month again. So I would love to have somebody help me out with that. So if you have any interest in that, message me either on Facebook or leave me a comment here or something like that. So yeah, guys, I think that's just about going to do it. That is 5 months down. Can't believe it's 5 months, 35.5 pounds. I am thrilled with the slow progress. I'm thinking slow is better. I'm happy with that. It's definitely helping me learn new habits. I'm doing things just out of habit now. And the doctor had said that's the goal of this medication. And that's definitely what's happening, is that a habit is something that's done repetitively, right? So you have to continue to do this. And then over time, it will become second nature, kind of like how we got ourselves into this situation, right? By habitually eating snacks at night, watching TV, making popcorn if you're watching a movie, ice cream, you know, in the summer, like all of these habits that we've created for ourselves, even, you know, bringing alcohol on vacation and drinking on vacation. These are all habits that I've created, but that I'm trying slowly to change with the help of this amazing medication. So yeah, that is going to wrap up my 5 months. I'm super excited to go into pushing towards 6 months and the next year or so and see what we have in store. I am going to put a couple of before and afters here at the end. This is not something, you know how uncomfortable this makes me, but I I am going to put it in here because I think it's important for anyone who is new, beginning this journey. When I tell you I've looked at these pictures of people before and I'm like, I can never do that. Like it's just not going to happen. I'm starting to see it. I really, truly am. And even right now, as I'm doing this video, I can see it in my face. And for me to actually say that to you, something positive about myself, is kind of a big deal. I don't really ever do that. So I'm starting to see changes, and that to me is huge, 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 huge. So I will put a couple of pictures in here. They would be from, the first one will be from February 27th in the green shirt. That's from that day. And then I took one today. You'll see the same shirt. And I'm going to take a picture right now. See from my thumbnail. And then the other picture, I think one will be from, I think the face ones are February 19th, which was the way home from that lunch that I've talked about before with my bestie from New York. That's kind of when I decided I needed to do something. And yeah, so please enjoy these extremely embarrassing photos. And for 6 months, I think I'm going to try to remember. I keep forgetting to do this, but I want to do the same outfit. I know the shirt was a little big, so it's kind of, but I've been hiding for a very long time. But I'm going to try to do the same outfit for the 6 month video. So yeah, guys, if you are new here and you are beginning this journey, you've got this. You can do this. Trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. It can be done without crazy, wild dieting. This is something I have talked about over and over and over and over again. I don't fixate on diet. I do smaller portion sizes. The medication fills you up, helps to make you feel fuller longer. It doesn't fill you up. And you eat less. And that's really my goal. My goal is getting enough protein and calories to function throughout the day, eating less, and trying to put some activity in there, and water, which I'm gonna go get right now. It's already 10:15 and I'm not quite finished with look at my cup my husband got me for our anniversary. He got me a set of cups. Mickey on this side and Pluto on this side, and they're glass like insulated. Love them. You see, I'm a little bit of a Mickey fan. I think he doesn't know this yet, but I think I'm gonna start planning a Disney trip. We did not go to Disney all of last year with the baby coming and everything. I didn't want to not be around, which ended up working out because then I was there to help them. So yeah, we had no Disney last year. And that's really where I started my love of YouTube, is watching Disney vloggers. So there's several vloggers that I watch and that I love. And that's really where I started watching YouTube, really enjoying YouTube. And YouTube is pretty much all I watch now. My husband and I watch Netflix and like the same 3 shows over and over and over again: Shameless, The Ranch, and Ozark. Cobra Kai just came back, so he's watching that. But I kind of like zoned out the other day because how many people can Ralph Macchio really beat up at this point? So yeah, while I'm talking about YouTube, sorry guys, I know I keep going all over the place. I just wanted to say congratulations to the 2.0 mommy, to Jill for reaching her 1,000. And for all of you newbies who have just started your journey or just started your YouTube page or anything like that, you've got this. Go for it. Congratulations. You're doing amazing. You're doing amazing. So if you liked this video, if you found any of this information useful, I would appreciate it if you could give it a thumbs up, share it with anybody else. If you are new here, please go hit that subscribe button, and we will see you all real soon. Bye, guys.